Oh, crap. I don't want to be on the screen. Hold on. Oh, I blew the opening.
Thank you for using Telmate.
Hi, this is Chris Wagner. I have asked Kim and Kevin Watson to do this and arrange a Give Tango and bank account. I endorse them doing this so I can retain new legal counsel and pay him. Thank you all for donating to this. All this humbles me. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And my girls, thank you too for your effort. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Okay.
Tell everybody that too, please.
I will, man. I'll pass it on. Okay.
Okay.
Stay hard,
Talk to you
brother.
later.
Yeah, hang in there, man.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For those of you who don't,
For
those of you who don't know what's going on, I'll explain in a second. This is Chris Lysak Defense Fund. I spoke with Chris yesterday as well. I did a short video on our locals community. You'll know what are we up to now? It's up to $107,000. It was started, I think, 36 hours ago. I'll give everybody the link. Chris Lysak is one of the Coots 4, the men who have been locked up in remand for 630 plus days, nearly 2 years. Because they were the 4 men arrested in Coots, Alberta, allegedly for conspiring to murder an RCMP officer. Very scary words, very scary accusations. This is the pretext to the invocation of the Emergencies Act in Ottawa from Supreme Leader Justin Trudeau, who is going to be on our show today in spirit. Hold on. Now I'm getting word that we're not necessarily live on Rumble. No, we are. We're live on Rumble. So that's Chris Lysak. He's one of the 4 defendants who's been locked up in remand for damn near 2 years. Bear in mind, there's an accused cop killer who was let out in Ontario. There's an accused who ran his car into protesters in Winnipeg, was released from jail on a hefty bond, but released nonetheless. These men have been charged with conspiracy to commit murder in what I believe are grotesquely trumped up charges. It's based on an non-recorded meeting with a young female police officer over beers where they might have been, talking a little bit too much or trying to impress somebody. Evidence is scant, to say the least. Jeez Louise, why is my phone going crazy? Evidence is scant, to say the least. They have been denied bail, locked up for damn near 2 years. Solitary confinement, in and out, moved around. Those are the Coots 4. Now, why are they so pivotal? Because if it turns out that these charges are bullcrap, bunk, trumped up rubbish charges in the first place, it undermines Justin Trudeau's basis to have invoked the Emergencies Act to violently suppress the Ottawa protest. You'll all remember Ottawa protest, the one I was documenting in Ottawa, is, 2,000 kilometers from Coots, Alberta. There was a blockade on the border of Alberta and Montana that they wanted to, eliminate as well, end the blockade. And so out of nowhere, these murder charges, conspiracy to commit murder, out of nowhere, they go and they seize a bunch of firearms, like hunting rifles. They seize a vest that allegedly, they called it a ballistics vest. It could very well have been a fly fishing vest that had a diagolon patch on it, apparently. They used that as the basis to say this is a criminal conspiracy to commit murder against an RCMP officer. Look how violent this protest is. Trudeau, you have no choice but to invoke the Emergencies Act, which he did. And for those of you who watched that 6-week sham of a commission in Ottawa, chaired by Commissioner Rouleau, he ratified Justin Trudeau's invocation of the Emergency Act on the pivotal basis that this conspiracy to commit murder charge was the evidence of the requisite degree of threat and violence to warrant invoking the Emergencies Act. So these 4 guys have been locked up in hell on earth. I've talked to all of them multiple times. They give me a call. It's like, it's the most surreal thing on earth because it doesn't tell you where the call is coming from, but it comes from like a 1-800 number. And then you get this automated message that says, you're receiving a call from, so try 4,000 kilometers. I don't think it's that far, but it's far. You get this call. It's an automated voice that says, you're receiving a call from, I think you heard it in there, the correctional facility. This call can be recorded. You get a 20-minute window to talk to these inmates. 20 minutes. And I've been talking to them multiple times. They explain to me, like, they have to pay for their calls. So if they want to actually have any contact with the outside world, they've got to pay for calls. And unless they get a package, it's like $1 a minute, $1.25 a minute, because after all, it's 2023. And it's normal to be charging inmates $1 plus to make calls so they can have some form of contact with the outside world. So the 4 of them have been sitting there for damn near 2 years in jail, rotting away, being tortured, because it's torture. Whether or not you think this is acceptable punishment for convicted criminals, these men have not been convicted yet, and there has been chicanery afoot. But boy howdy, there's some serious allegations of potentially criminal wrongful conduct in the prosecution. I'm sorry, I actually did not mean to do it that time. And so there's 4 of them, and one of them had legal aid. I think it was Chris Lysak who had legal aid. And you get what you pay for sometimes. Sometimes you don't get what you pay for. Other times you get what you pay for. And when you get free legal aid in a highly politicized case, you might get free legal aid of a legal defense, legal aid, who's too scared to vigorously defend, vigorously pursue the rights of their political prisoners. So what's happening now? There's been some issues that I'm not privy to. I had Donald Best on Sunday, who talked about some potential issues, questions that people had, accounting about monies already raised. Chris Lysak is breaking off from the other 4 defendants, or at least trying to get independent counsel, and is raising money to do so. I vetted it. I spoke with Chris myself yesterday to make sure everything was good. I spoke with Jeremy McKenzie. I spoke with Jason Levine. I want to make sure, like, when people have heard rumors and accusations of potential accounting issues with massive amounts of funds that are being raised for defense funds, and then they see something like this, well, I'm starting a new one, and here it's going to be 2 people who nobody's ever met, raising it for and on behalf of Chris Lysak. I had to make sure that I was comfortable with it myself, and I did, and I am, and I donated. So if anyone's able to, the link is there, the Give, Send, Go. And if you're not able to, and there's totally understandable, I mean, 1 in 5 Canadians is pretty much going hungry these days, just share it around. Share the link, share the tweet, share the Give, Send, Go, and there can never be justice in this. You couldn't pay those guys Omar Khadr level millions of dollars to compensate for the torture and the injustice that they've endured. You can't pay them enough for that. But just imagine, they paid $10 million to Omar Khadr, who may very well have been mistreated. And Jesus, sitting in Guantanamo Bay for a decade, you'll say anything at the end of the day to get out. They paid $10 million to Omar Khadr. These 4 gentlemen, because until proof to the contrary, it's not because you accuse someone of conspiracy to commit homicide against an RCMP officer that the accusations carry the weight of a conviction. They are accused. They are gentlemen. I've spoken to them. You couldn't pay them enough to compensate them for this political persecution. Period. Now, I keep seeing, so there's the Give, Send, Go. Now, I hear that we're not live on Rumble, but we are, because I'm going to listen to myself right now. Yeah, look. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's just see my ugly punum right there. Look at this guy. Look at this. This guy's crazy. In spirits. Hold on. Now, is that me? Getting word that we're not necessarily live on Rumble? I'm listening. No, we are. We're live on Rumble. We are. So that's Chris Lysak. Now I'm going to have to talk to myself. I'm not going to talk to myself because that would be crazy. So we're live there. Let me just make sure I did something here. I'm sure I did it because I'm not an idiot. I did do it. Okay, good. When you tuned into this stream, you may have seen that it says this stream contains a paid promotion, because it does. So before we go any further, and I'll give the disclaimers, let us thank the sponsor of the day, startmail.com/Viva. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's like, I guess it's like a non-evil version of Gmail. You create unlimited aliases, extra email addresses you can create and delete at any time. Encrypt your emails. Only you and the recipient can read your email. It's like safe emails. It's like good emails. Are you tired of being targeted with phishing emails? Fed up with spam cluttering your inbox? Dude, am I fed up with spam cluttering my Gmail inbox? I don't know. I must have donated to somebody's campaign, because I'm getting emails from all of the GOPs except Vivek, actually. Concerned about companies like Google or the government spying on your private conversations? Then it's time to switch to SmartMail. SmartMail is a secure alternative to Gmail that lets you send emails like they're sealed in an envelope, making sure your communications stay private and secure. Services like Google collect your data and use it for targeted ads. Many of you don't like that. Rightly so, collecting data. StartMail is strictly ad-free service that does not collect or share any data with third parties or advertisers or tracking. Your StartMail account comes with all the features you need, including unlimited disposable email addresses to protect your inbox from phishing scams and hacking attempts. Switch to StartMail is super easy. Obviously, you just create an account. Put in the /Viva, you'll get 50% off your first year. If you're worried about your old email stored on Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and more, they got you covered. StartMail's hassle-free migration tool lets you move your emails and contacts with just a few clicks, no technical knowledge required. Over the past decade, StartMail has become the trusted name in email privacy, so why wait any longer? Switch to StartMail. Experience your peace of mind that comes with truly secure email service. Sign up today. Go to the Viva. The link is in the description. You get 50% off your first year. It's $30 for the first year, $60 or $59.90, whatever the 1 penny less than $60 is for the next year on your subscription. Startmail.com/Viva. Join millions who are moving away from big tech to secure providers. That's StartMail. StartMail. I'm told to enunciate the T. StartMail as in get started on SafeMail. The link is in the description, /Viva. Enjoy it. Okay, for those of you who are new to the channel, yes, first of all, I've got sponsors. I'm working my way up. Yeah, I put out that, I did my own appraisal of Trump's Mar-a-Lago. First of all, on YouTube, that video is up to 110,000 views, which is interesting. I don't care about YouTube anymore because I'm exclusive with Rumble, and as I was just about to say, in about, 18, 19 minutes, we're going to end on Commie YouTube, and we're going to go over to Free Speech Rumble. Why I think it's interesting, that particular video, if you haven't seen it, it's classic. I put it on Twitter, it's on Rumble, it's on YouTube. I went to Mar-a-Lago for the Dinesh D'Souza police state, made a funny video about my own appraisal of Trump Mar-a-Lago, because Judge Engeron, who's going to be the star of today's show, says it's, the county appraiser said it's worth $18 to $27 million. And then I get into fights with people on the internet where I say the building itself is $100 million. You can't rebuild that building for $100 million. And some smart ass on the internet says, I could build that building on the lot next to it for 1/50th of that price. And it's like, you idiot, there is no lot next to Mar-a-Lago that's not selling for $100 million. So thank you for proving the point. Okay. Sorry, I think I'm screaming too loud. What's interesting about that video catching more traction on YouTube than other videos is it shows that there are people who are not falling for this shit anymore, even on YouTube. So that might be that'll be the pre-white pill suppository for the black pill suppositories that are going to come with the rest of the stream. But it goes to show you that there's more people out there who are no longer buying the shit. I should not swear, the Scheiße. Let's swear in German. Sie are no longer buying the Scheiße, yeah. And if they don't buy the Scheiße, they have to control the narrative, yeah, and then get down with the people who are telling them that they are being told Scheiße lies, yeah. Okay, so that's it. So we're going to end this on Rumble, on YouTube, and go over to Rumble. The link is, or should be, in the pinned comment in the chat. It is. Then after that, we go to the Locals After Party. And if you're not on vivabarneslaw.locals.com, that's where the link is. You missed out on some fun stuff from yesterday at the Mar-a-Lago. Where was I yesterday? The Miami RNC debate. So that's it. We end on YouTube, go over to Rumble and Locals, and then we end on Rumble, and we have an after party on Locals. No medical advice, no election fornication advice, no legal advice, no financial advice. Although, no financial advice. Just to state the obvious, gold is I don't know. I think gold is the original Bitcoin. And there's also, you can go to Rumble, you can join at vivabarneslaw.locals.com as a non-paying member, or if you choose to support, $7 a month, $70 a year discounted rate, although some people actually support for more than that so that we can continue doing what we're doing. And what are we doing today? Okay. I guess what we'll do is I'll do the recap of the RNC debate from last night with some highlights. And then we're going to go over to Rumble, and we're going to talk about Justin Trudeau, that sociopathic psychopath, or the psychopathic sociopath, or the narcissistic psychopathic narcissistic psychopathic sociopath. He is evil. Like I try not to. It's like people think evil is going to always look like that guy there with the thing on his forehead, Charles Manson. People think like evil looks like demonic in every way, shape, and form, but the truest of the evil comes with a smile. The truest of the evil has little flabby arms, and when they jog, they look like they've never jogged a day in their life. And they smile, and they say, this beating is for your own good. Justin Trudeau is, I'm convinced he's evil. I'm convinced. We're going to talk about Justin Trudeau doing more to promote vaccine hesitancy than actual real-time statistics, if you can believe it. Then we're going to talk about Judge Engelron and the latest out of the New York Leticia James, or as I like to call her now, Lavrenti Barria persecution. You all saw that disgusting thumbnail? And I said, look, if it's disgusting, that thumbnail, which is, we're gonna get to it, Judge Engelron's body, if it's disgusting and inappropriate, well, then that means something about what the judge has done in the conduct, because that's not a leaked photo. That's not someone hacked into his phone and said, oh, this guy's taking progress selfies in a gym. That was a photo that he willingly shared of himself on a alumni newsletter that he is the manager of the website. So, hey, YouTube, if it's inappropriate to see like 80-year-old man nipples, then what this judge has done is wildly inappropriate. But if you can believe it, posting disgusting selfies of your body where you're quite clearly naked also, because he wasn't wearing underwear. If that's inappropriate, well, no, sorry, that's not even the most inappropriate part about it. We'll get there. So hold on one second. I just got to do one thing. This. Just going to send this email. Boom shakalaka. Okay. We're going to start with the debate last night. Let's just do, oh, you know what? We haven't done a poll. Let's do a poll here. Yeah. How do I do this? Start a poll. Did you watch the RNC debate last night? Who watched it? Oh, no, it wasn't a comparison. I don't want to know. I just want to know yes or no. I don't want to compare it to the Trump rally because people might have watched both. Who watched that debate last night? I got it wrong again. I was wrong on my prediction. I said it was going to be a gong show. Joke. It was the best. It was the best of the three, which isn't saying very much. It's like comparing poopy diapers to rotten milk to something else that's gross. Moldy cheese. Now, you're going to take... That's what I took 2 milk products. So, let's see here. No. X the nipples. I could do what Robert Gouveia did, which was put Leticia James's face over the nipples. But I can't because that would be stealing his artistic genius. I didn't watch it. I was there. It was. So I drive down to Miami to do a live stream at the local studio in the morning. 2 freaking hours to drive down because traffic was so bad. Like you're driving and your ETA just keeps getting pushed back and back. It starts off at 9:22, 9:36, 9:48, and then because I'm an idiot that I haven't gotten used to the roads here yet, I missed the express lane, 9:57. And then I spent the entire day down in Miami. I went to Key Biscayne just because I had a few hours to kill to see the lighthouse, the memorable. Oh, there's a what's it called? A landmark lighthouse on the tip of Key Biscayne. And if you were on vivabarneslaw.locals.com, you would have seen that. Then I went to the debate, did a little live stream, and that's it. The debate was actually the most entertaining of the three. It was actually the most substantively clarifying of all three. I tweeted out during the debate, or I X'd out, I posted out on X during the debate. I've never seen so many people just openly promoting war. I mean, I didn't realize there are 5 people on this stage. 4. I'll be fair to DeSantis. He was a little more circumspect with his assessments. There are 4, it would be 3. Haley, Tim Scott, and Chris Christie. 3 war whores who are just campaigning on war. It's amazing. It's like these politicians have never met a potential war they didn't like. So it was elucidating from a policy perspective. The only person who got it right policy-wise, in my view, is Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm not on his campaign. Everyone knows I strongly stand with I believe everybody has to support Trump because if they don't, they are actively benefiting from a system, a regime, which will come after them in due time. So it's not because I'm like pushing Vivek or I'm not an influencer. Sure as hell not paid. Never would take a penny from any politician. And if I ever were paid for anything, you would know. He was the best on policy in all respects. Tim Scott at one point said something where he was talking about the blood of Ukrainians being necessary to have been spilt to degrade the war machine of Russia. And I wish if anybody can find the clip, find it and share it, because it was the most accidentally honest thing that the GOP, the Uniparty, the Warhorse could have ever said. We are willing to sacrifice other people's lives in furtherance of our proxy war to degrade the military of Russia. And I found it to be genuinely atrocious. It's said so casually and so nonchalantly. What others have already said, but a little more eloquently. You know, this is, we have to fight this war. We have to get rid of Putin. If Putin, once he's done with Ukraine, he's going to go into France. He's going to go into Germany. It's going to be Putin is Hitler. I've heard the arguments. It's bullshit. But I've never heard someone say it quite so clearly. The blood of Ukrainians, yes, it's necessary to degrade the military capacity of Russia. And disgusting to say, I've been saying for a while now, like 300,000 dead fighting age Ukrainians in furtherance of this proxy war, which was a no-win from the beginning. And now they're talking, let's talk negotiations. Well, we don't have anybody to fight anymore. We've sacrificed a generation of men and women in furtherance of this proxy war. Now let's talk negotiations, where when the likes of me and others were saying, when have you never had negotiation on the table, being called Putin whores and Putin shills, now they're talking about it. After they just politely, openly admit, yeah, we sacrificed Ukrainians to degrade the Russian war machine. That was just a risk we were willing to take. Of course it's worth it. Just ask Madeleine Albright. But the ultimate irony is, what's it done? Whose military has been degraded by this? Because in the same debate last night, what you heard was 4 of those 5 candidates saying, in fact, all 5 of them saying how badly degraded the U.S. military is. You got to spend the next decade building up warships because the U.S. military's capacity has been degraded through policy, through, what's it called when you beat people down, discouraging, through demoralizing is the word I was looking for. So the strategy was to sacrifice young men and women of Ukraine to degrade the Russian war machine, when all that's happened in the end is inflation in America, the degradation of America's military capacity and military ability to respond to international threats. And, well, at least it didn't cost any American lives. So that was it. I mean, it was amazing. You watch 4 people whoring for war like it's nobody's business. But if anybody didn't see the debate, it's the moment of all moments. I'm calling it Ron Paul's Giuliani moment for Vivek. And my goodness, like after this opening, I was like, well, every time Vivek talks, I'm going to be paying attention. Hold on. Citizen Free Press. Okay. Like, I mean, I don't know where you want to pull the viral video from. We're going to play it. And holy crab apples, the woman here, what's her name? The chair, not Ronda Rousey. Well, whatever. Ronda's going to be pissed with Vivek. And apparently she is so pissed that allegedly overheard in the audience saying he's not going to get another cent from us. But listen to Vivek's opening statement, because it doesn't get any better than this.
Swami, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president? Let me
stop there before you even get started. Lester Holt's voice sounds like an AI-generated radio host's voice. Like if you were gonna, I don't have a radio voice. I might have a radio face. But that's like an AI-generated robot version of what everyone expects a radio voice to be. But okay, maybe that's why he's where he is and I'm here, but I like it here. Okay, now I'm just going to let it play out, and I'm not going to talk. I'm going to shut my big mouth.
Swami, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023.
Oh, no, he didn't.
And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party.
Hold on one second. Oh, my. Can you imagine? I mean, first of all, how has nobody done this yet? Who hosted the last one? Maybe this exact opportunity had not yet arisen, but I think, it could have happened before. Holy crap. It shouldn't be you three disinformation losers out there. It should be actual people, the actual leaders of meaningful discourse, open discussion that should be hosting this. Not you three propagandists, but wait, there's more.
You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment.
I'm going after you in particular, Kristen, whatever her name is.
The Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation?
Oh,
answer the question. Go.
Oh, I'm not here to answer questions.
Mr. Sorry. This is how we get our country back.
Oh, hold on. You want to know the face of... This is like that episode of The Simpsons. You can actually see the moment where her heart breaks. It's right there. Oh, it was... Can I... There. Oh, that it was... right there. Oh, my goodness. You propagandist, election interfering individual, and now you're going to sit here and talk to me?
We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election.
Testify.
They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Oh, yeah?
And they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor Christie. Why you...
Oh, my goodness. The shots heard around the world. Holy crab apples. That was that's how the debate started. And then there were some other highlights. But it will not get better than that. And it's like Vivek is the only one on that stage, with the exception of DeSantis, who's a little more muted, but certainly does not carry that level of energy when he speaks. Vivek is the only one on stage actually saying what people believe, not what donors believe and not what donors want to hear. That was right here. That was true truth to power. You propagandists interfered in 2016, but it didn't work. 3 years of Russia collusion, spying on the president, abusing of FISA courts, falsifying evidence. And when that didn't work, you messed with the 2020 election, changed the rules, a secret cabal of well-funded individuals, changing the rules, changing the laws, controlling the flow of information, intelligence officers coming out and saying that the Hunter Biden laptop story has the earmarks of Russian disinformation, the media running with it, censoring it. They interfered in 2020. And they're going to do it again if they can. And they're doing it again right now with this persecution of Donald Trump, which we're going to get to. So that was the opening statement. Doesn't get any better than that. Oh, and I got to tell you this. You know that they're coming after Vivek because he's over the mark. He's over whatever the expression is here. Let's see what this one was here. Oh.
Mr. Ramaswamy, are you persuaded by President Zelensky's urgent new plea? Where do you stand on that?
I am absolutely unpersuaded. And I'm actually enjoying watching the Ukraine hawks quietly, delicately tiptoe back from their position as this thing has unwound into a disaster.
Absolutely amazing, on point on everything, but we'll get to the end because I think the end is the best part of the joke.
They're using the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. They have banned them. The Ukrainian parliament just did this last week, supported by our dollars. And I think you owe it to the American people, Nikki, to at least this one time at least condemn.
That's time.
At least to condemn their banning of Christians. Or else we're talking out of both sides of our mouth.
Thank you.
Oh, that wasn't the right one. Again, right on policy. He didn't say that Ukraine bad, Russia good. What Vivek said is everybody knew Ukraine had a massive corruption problem. The number one export from Ukraine prior to the Russia invasion was human trafficking. A problem which, from what I understand, has only gotten worse in light of this war. Everybody knew Ukraine was, if not the most, among the most corrupt governments in Europe by a long shot. Everybody knew it. Vivek is not saying Ukraine bad, Russia good, but rather there's a regional conflict that was exacerbated or potentially initiated by the West in 2014. And these war whores are just seizing the opportunity to take American tax dollars to fund foreign conflict, endless, costly foreign conflict to everybody's detriment and to the benefit of the very people that this war is allegedly being waged against. Now, I don't know if I have the one about do we get Nikki Haley, or are we getting Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels? Well, it doesn't. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the one. I knew I got it here. Oh, God. Let's go to the end here.
Hunter Biden got a $5 million bribe from Ukraine. That's why we're sending $200 billion back to that same country. The fact of the matter is the Republican Party is not that much better. You have the likes of Nikki Haley, who stepped down from her time at the UN. Bankrupt or in debt was her family. Then she becomes a military contractor. She joins the board of Boeing and otherwise, and is now a multi-millionaire. So I think that that's wrong. The Republicans do it or Democrats do it. That's the choice we face. Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
Nikki Haley, net worth. Let me just see what her net worth is. Since Haley's net worth has ballooned from less than 1 million to an estimated 8 million. Oh, interesting. Let's just do a little fact check in real time, Vivek. No, oh, I'm not paying for that. Are you crazy? Archive. And let's just see if this has been archived. Because, nope, sorry, Forbes. Oh, good, it was last archived. The net worth of every presidential candidate. Donald Trump, 2.6 billion. Not if you ask Leticia James. Holy crab apples, Vivek. Well done. I mean, so long as you didn't make that $800 million, through Halliburton. Doug Burgum, a piddly $100 million. Oh, Doug, go home and do some homework. Robert Kennedy, 15 million. Chris Christie, 15 million. Joe Biden, 10 million. Nikki Haley, 8 million. That's the one we care about. So let's just go down. Can I do this? I can do it if I could. Nikki Haley is devoted. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, search. Nikki Haley. Let's see this. 8 million. Nikki Haley stunned Washington by resigning her role as United Nations ambassador in the Trump administration in 2018, less than 2 years after taking office. A spokesperson from Haley claims that family financial troubles had no bearing whatsoever on Ambassador Haley's decision to leave the position. All right, so she had financial troubles, and points to a section in Haley's resignation letter in which she expressed support for rotations in office. But the same letter also suggested that Haley may have had money-making ventures on her mind. As a businesswoman, as a businessman, she wrote to Donald Trump, I expect you will appreciate my sense that returning from government to the private sector is blah, blah, blah. Since then, that's amazing. Since then, Haley's net worth has ballooned from less than $1 million to an estimated $8 million. Since leaving in 2018. It's a pretty damn good ROI, if I say it myself. Return on investment. What was the investment, Nikki Haley? Holy crap, I didn't know that. Okay. Hey, from 1 million to 8 million in 5 years. Rich or poor, people, it's good to be in politics. There's no white privilege. The only privilege is political privilege. Do I have any more? So do we do the responses to Vivek today? No, we're going to do it today. Do we do it on YouTube or do we do it on... The benefit to staying on YouTube longer than it deserves is deferring people over to Rumble, but we don't want to stay on YouTube for more than they deserve. So we're going to end on YouTube right now, and I'm going to share the link platform where you can talk about Justin Trudeau, potentially faking something online. We'll see. Where you could show nips, although I'm showing the nips on YouTube because I almost want YouTube to say, sorry, Judge Engeron's nips are inappropriate. And to which I would say, oh, look at that. Judge Engeron, inappropriate. Carrie, I talked, first of all, I interviewed Vivek, bought a failed Alzheimer's drug, rebranded it, and had his mommy debunk the studies that it didn't work. So I've actually addressed this multiple times, and I asked Vivek about it. That was the hit piece on Vivek that came out on Twitter. I forget who the guy was. And look, the actual explanation is not sinister. And his mommy didn't debunk the studies. What the attempt was to try to find an alternate use to something, try to work it. And if you've ever invested in pharma companies, you know it's among the. I think the only thing that's riskier than investing in pharma companies is mining companies. So there's a reason why 99% of these companies fail, because it's risky. You don't know, and it was not fraud. It's until proof to the contrary, a bona fide attempt to do something great. As Vivek explained, he didn't. And if you believe him, if you don't believe him, then you won't believe him. But he made his money not on the failed Alzheimer's drugs, but on the successful patented other drugs that the company produced. So anyways, again, not to defend him. That was his explanation, and you either believe it or you don't. What did I say? We're going to end on YouTube. Come over to Rumble, or actually I should use the opportunity here to do this, or come straight on over to vivabarneslaw.locals.com. But actually, before you do that, because everybody needs to drink coffee in the morning and everybody likes to have shot glasses in their house, I don't know, and shirts. Everybody needs a shirt. Go to Viva Fry merch store. It's vivafry.com. Where's mine? Well, I'm wearing Politics Ruins Everything because that's the classic, but heck is mine? I don't have my mugs here anyhow. But I got the mug. Actually, the mug broke. I have the mug shot, the shot glass with the mug shot on it. And then there's also non-political stuff. There's our We Are Here t-shirt, above average, at vivabarneslaw.locals.com. Vivafry.com. It's got all the classic stuff, bumper stickers and whatever. So here you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Taxation isn't theft. It's armed robbery. We'll be wild. Fighting words, according to not Leticia James, Colorado. Okay. Now we're really leaving. No, I want to get out of here is what I want to do. So remove. Come on over to Rumble.